Guys, welcome back to a new vlog. I'm looking a little greasy and scary this morning. I just did my morning skincare even though it is 1:30 p.m. I just got back from a trip last night and I went to bed at, let me check my Fitbit stats actually. I actually got 6 hours. I went to bed at exactly 6 a.m. and woke up a little after noon. So slay for that, but it is now 1:30 and I need to get the day started. These next 2 days are just going to be a big giant reset of the apartment, unpacking travel of my body because I've been in high altitude for a week and my body does not do super well there. So we also need to grocery shop. We need to do a couple of house projects. If you're looking for a cozy vlog where we are just going to be doing house tasks, that is what this will be. It's not going to be probably as exciting as my travel vlogs. It'll be very chill. I'm starting my day with a nice cup of tea. This is some oolong tea. Feels so good on my throat. Let's make some lunch before we do anything else and then also make a list of everything I need to do. Just made some Trader Joe's gnocchi for lunch. I like to make weekly to-do lists in this little book that are more broad, not necessarily specific day to day. And then I'll go in on my phone every night and make a more day-to-day to-do list. Lists just run my life and they help me get everything that's spinning around in my head onto a piece of paper, look at it and make decisions. It helps me not miss things, but it also helps me stay on task to do things that are more important than other things, if that makes sense. But with that complete, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the space. We're gonna get a load of laundry in. I'm gonna start in the kitchen, work my way through the living room. There's an air mattress right here that my sister slept on last night. We need to get put up. All kinds of fun stuff. It is already 6:15. I need to leave for my aerial class in about 15 minutes, I fear. I spent about an hour sitting on the couch and answering texts, Snapchats, emails and things, which there's still more to answer. That was on my to-do list, so we did some of that. I'm gonna vacuum all of the sand out of both of our suitcases. Sand dunes is very unforgiving. We're gonna clean out these suitcases real quick, change really fast for Ariel, and I didn't make a grocery list. I'm supposed to go grocery shopping. We're being gentle with ourselves today. It's gonna be fine. We are on the way to Ariel now. I'm actually only a few minutes away. I got in my car and it was completely empty of gas, which I forgot that I did that before the trip, or else I would have planned with extra advance to get gas, but it is okay. Costco had a shorter line than ever for gas, so I got that because I love to save money. I don't know how much I actually explained where I'm going right now. I am a dancer and an aerialist, so I have been training in aerial silks and lyra 2.5 years now, and I just recently also added in trapeze. When I moved to Atlanta, this was honestly the toughest thing for me because dance classes I feel comfortable just dropping into an advanced level, jazz, ballet, etc. But aerial, the studio I go to is Challenge Aerial, and I had no idea what level classes I should be signing up for because I'm a little bit more advanced in silks. Lyra I honestly haven't really been taking. Obviously trapeze I signed up for a beginner, but they have levels 0.5, which is the beginner, through level 4. I was like, I don't know where I'm at, but also coming to a new studio, they probably teach their beginners slightly different things than my old studio teaches. I've been consistently going to the level 1.5 class on Mondays, which is definitely easy for me, but I'd rather have something be too easy right now than be too challenging. I definitely could do a level 2, maybe even 2.5, but I've been really enjoying my 1.5 because all the people in there are super nice. I really like the teacher. Hopefully this fall I'm able to get into more of a consistent schedule with it. I've been coming to this Monday class pretty regularly and I've been coming to trapeze pretty regularly. I want to find a lyric class to come to regularly, and I want to up level into the next silks class, which the teacher already told me I could, but it's just hard. It's hard. I have very much imposter syndrome with aerial. I just feel like I've talked about this in other vlogs, but not having a steady job has weighed on me a lot and has made it really hard to get into a routine, and also made it really hard to want to allow myself to spend money on wants when I already feel like I'm overdrafting myself on needs such as rent and groceries. We're going to talk more about feelings later. I also want to talk about travel anxiety and some stories from my trip. But right now we have 6 minutes until class starts, which is just enough time for me to go to the bathroom and do my hair another time. So let's go. Aerial class was fun, but I am so exhausted. I could feel it as soon as I first got up in the air that my body is just drained of energy. It was good to move though. We did a few things. I don't even know if I got a video. If I got a video, I'll put it here, but I did nothing crazy tonight. I stayed very safe with my body, and I'm now at Kroger because we have 0 groceries, but I'm too tired to do a full grocery shop. I'm just gonna get what we need for dinner and a few things like dish detergent that I know we're out of. I'll come back in a day or two and do a full grocery shop because it is 9 p.m. I want to get home and make dinner and go to bed. Hey guys, the kitchen is looking like a mess, but this is a dish we love to do very often, like all the time. It is a kielbasa sausage. I usually buy the beef Polska kielbasa because I'm on a pork-free diet.
I love bacon, I can't lie.
I'm not a bacon fan. I'm not a fan of bacon. Anyway, we don't judge what other people eat. We've got 1 onion and 1 green pepper. We're cooking that with some olive oil. Add some garlic.
Pretty good.
Kielbasa's going in.
Get all the juices in there, guys. It adds flavor.
Can of petite diced tomatoes. I'm gonna send this to my sous chef to get me a can full of water to add. Italian seasoning. I just eyeball. In goes a can. I'm gonna do some salt. Whee!
2 cans in total of water.
Okay, so this is the final dish. Basically, we just cooked all of that down. I think I put some other things in there that I didn't share, but if you want the whole recipe, I can do that another time. And then made some pasta and mixed it all together. This is what it looks like. Maddie likes more juice in hers, so mine probably looks a little bit drier. Hers looks a little bit juicier, but very delicious. About to absolutely house this. Guys, I've been woken up to guitar playing. As y'all can see, I have just been having the laziest day ever. I've just been doing chores and things around the apartment, and I just walked a little bit on my walking pad while doing some computer work. I'm just trying to get caught up on everything. Answered some emails, finally answered all of my texts, was sorting photos from the trip. I probably have like 3 Instagram posts to do, and I don't even have any of them put together. I love days like this where putting together Instagram posts is the biggest thing to do. I wanted to give myself a self-care night tonight, so I think I'm about to file and paint my nails. I'm probably gonna put some hair oil in. I don't know what I'm gonna cook for dinner because I need to do a real grocery shop tomorrow. There's still not much in here. I think I have some leftover chili in the freezer I might heat up. I don't know. I might do a face mask too because my skin is looking kind of scary and angry. Also, you probably saw this earlier. There's no headboard behind the bed right now, and there is actually a headboard that I got off of Facebook Marketplace that's really cool. It's, I think, originally from IKEA, but it has bookshelves in the side. I'll show you in just a second. Originally, I wanted to sand it down and stain it brown, but that is not going to work out because it's a particle board, and I don't know, I could not figure it out. So I discovered this primer that supposedly makes IKEA furniture paintable, and I did 2 coats of that before we left for Colorado. I waited, I think, 24 or 48 hours between them, and they've obviously been curing for like a week now. So now it's time to finally do the paint color, and I still want to do a brown because there's a lot of warmth in the room. I don't know how accurately these will come up on camera, but I think we've decided to go for this one. It's a little bit browner. This one's a little bit lighter and warmer. So tomorrow when I grocery shop, I'm also gonna pick up some paint from Home Depot. It's kind of hard to see right now because this trash bag little floor protector is over it, but you can kind of see right there where the shelf pieces are. Oh my gosh, just got stuff all over it by lifting that trash bag part up. This is just to protect the carpet. And before you ask why I'm painting on carpet, this is not a large apartment, and the outside patio, balcony, whatever, is not big enough to lay a headboard down in. Anyway, I have really been on a doing my own nails kick for the past, I want to say at least a year. Let me show you my setup. This right here is my nail polish collection. We have one side of SE polishes and then the other side of non-SE polishes. SE are my favorite, and I hardly ever paint with other polishes. I still enjoy going to the nail salon every once in a while for pedicures, but for my nails, I like to keep my nails short anyway, so I've really fallen in love with doing them myself, mostly because it saves money, but also I've just come to enjoy the process. I used to hate it because waiting for it to dry was just the worst thing ever, but I've come up with a kind of routine where I file them, I put the strengthener on, and I use this as a strengthener slash base coat. Sometimes I do this the day before, and then I'll do the actual color and top coat the next day. It also helps that I have this magic top coat. It is, I don't know how to say it, but you can see the brand. This stuff makes it feel like I have gel polish on my nails, and it dries so fast that I don't have to stress about it at all. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna try and open this up without spilling all of them. Ooh, what do you think? What should we do today? Deciding between these two. I've decided to go with this one. It is Smokin' Hot. Jakey's just feeling so cozy, huh? Fuzzy belly. It's also about to rain outside, so I'm just feeling so cozy tonight. Good morning. I just did my morning skincare, which you can tell my face is looking shiny. We have a lot of errands to run today, so welcome to my closet. Let's get dressed. Lighting is terrifying in here, so we won't be in here for long, but I already have an outfit I had in mind for today. I just have a lot of clothes, so I want to get dressed more regularly, even on days where I don't have anything except for groceries. I thrifted this skirt a couple weeks ago, and I can't decide if I like the buttons on the front. I like this look better than the back looks. That doesn't look right. Actually, I think I like that the most out of all the options. Here's my finished outfit look. Shoes. Maddie's gonna come with me to Home Depot, but not the other errands. First stop, we are getting paint for the headboard and some flowers. Having fun?
I am.
This is the type of paint we were told to use by TikTok. Urethane enamel. And we're getting the satin, not the semi-gloss. I hope they have some good window box flowers today. We're picking up lunch because I haven't gone grocery shopping yet. Plus, we had a free bowl anyway, so. Hey guys! Chipotle order grabbed. We've made it to the promised land. I just took pictures of things I wanted, and I did get two things. One thing was on sale that we've been looking at since summer. I'll just give you a haul of everything when we get home. Okay, apologies. I had a bit of a minor crash out after all of my groceries fell out onto the ground, but I've been looking for a new shower curtain for a long time, and the thing I struggle most with is the bathroom. Ignore, it's a huge mess right now, but it has green accents, has black stuff. Honestly, not too much going on right now. Like, it has room to grow. Over here, we've got a wonderful picture. This is Jake. I actually photoshopped him into this bath. Anyways, then we have more chrome Also black, also white. I don't really know. The bathroom is where I feel like I don't know what's going on the most right now. The main thing I wanted to mention is I bought 3 shower curtains. I'm gonna return 2 of them, of course. I need to kind of hang them up and see, maybe bring in more green accents or maybe not. Maybe I want to bring in some blue because most of the towels we have are blue. And I could always bring in some more blue with the vases that I keep flowers in. This is all a disaster. I think the bathroom needs the most work out of any of the rooms in this apartment. I'm gonna leave those hanging up and we'll make a decision about that later. Besides that, I also bought a set of Halloween sheets. That is the main thing I was looking for today. These were a very good price. It also started raining almost exactly when I got home, which is perfect timing because I'm inside now. This evening, I'm going to bake a loaf of bread, so we have some sandwich stuff. I'm going to make some granola bars. Love to have those on hand for snacking. And I have to watch a lot of videos to get CPR recertified. When I was 11, I took a babysitting class and got CPR certified. Every other year since, because it expires every 2 years, I get recertified. Just because I like to have it. I originally did that because I worked with kids, which I don't necessarily do now often, but I feel like it's important to just have that skill and have that certification on hand. I have the class tomorrow, but it's both an online and in-person thing, so I need to do the online portion of it today. It is somehow already 9 p.m. I have not had dinner or started on any bread things. I just watched some of my Red Cross CPR videos, and I'm taking a break to get the dough started in my bread machine and to make myself dinner. Before we left for Colorado, I froze some chili and I'm trying to thaw it, but it's looking a little funky, as in it looks like it has freezer burn. Actually, no, that's just on the outside. I'll probably end up letting this thaw just enough to get out of the Tupperware and then just put it in a pot to heat up on the stove. But let's get this started first. And I wanted to talk about travel anxiety while I make this bread. I brought it up earlier in this vlog, but I have yet to actually discuss it. So if you've watched a lot of my vlogs or if you know me as a person, you know that I am someone who likes to travel. I travel a lot. I love to be out of town, but also sometimes on these trips, I get awful, terrible anxiety, particularly at night. A little trigger warning for if you have emetophobia or if you're afraid of sickness. I am as well. I talked about this when I got back from Colombia, but I myself have not been sick since I think it was 11 years old, which is 14 years for me. When I went to Colombia this May, I got food poisoning and I was up sick the whole night. It was terrifying. I was in a hostel, so I was on the top bunk and I had to climb down, go to the bathroom every time something needed to happen, and it was really bad. Really scary too because I haven't been sick in so long. I can't explain the amount of fear that put in my soul. Sorry, my back is to you. I'm measuring olive oil. But this past trip to Colorado, on the flight, I fell asleep. I had had about 2.5 hours of sleep the night before, which was very bad. Naturally, I was exhausted. Early morning flight, fell asleep on the plane. Apparently, there was a lot of turbulence. I woke up. I don't think my air conditioner was working above me because I felt super hot and extremely nauseous. To make a long story short, I did end up being sick on the plane, which has literally never happened to me before. The amount of flights I've taken and never even felt nauseous, I have no idea what went wrong. I think it probably was a mix of me being super tired, being super hot because the AC, I guess, wasn't on when I was asleep. Maybe some turbulence, although that's never affected me before. I don't really know, but that freaked me out and it just sent me into states of paranoia, especially at night. And I've had this before, even when this hasn't happened. There's been something like that because as soon as I was off the plane, I felt completely fine again. I was able to eat. Nothing else was wrong. But some trigger like that will send me into a state of anxiety where I can't fall asleep. And then you're getting stressed because you're not sleeping. You're like, well, we have to wake up in the morning at this time because we're going on this hike or doing this thing. The way I typically try to combat it is I remind myself of the things around me that are safe. And the fact that if I woke up not feeling well or if I couldn't fall asleep all night, I can just stay in the room all day and it'll be fine. I have access to water. I remind myself I have access to food. But sometimes it just doesn't go away. And I don't experience anxiety like that at home. It's a completely different type of anxiety. I don't know. Another thing that typically helps is if I'm traveling with people who make me feel safe, I can remind myself that I have someone there for me when I'm solo traveling. I don't have that and I can't use that. Yeah, it's a very strange thing, and I still love to travel, and I have not and hopefully will not let that hold me back from any trips in the future. It's just something I wanted to kind of bring up because I'm sure more people than just me experience this when they're not in their home in their safe place. But I also deal with the fact of me laying there in bed, for example. I'm feeling super anxious. I can't fall asleep. I wish I was just at home right now. I wish I was with things that made me feel safe. Also have this voice that's like, you've got to stop feeling like this. You paid for this trip. You're very lucky to be here. All of this. So just lots of thoughts that are going in my head. I don't really know where the end of this conversation goes, but I kind of wanted to bring it up because I'm sure more people than just me experience this feeling. I think it's just when things start to feel uncertain for one reason or another. However, I do think that the biggest thing that helps me, besides reminding myself of the things around me that make me feel safe, and this goes for literally all anxiety ever, not just on trips, is reminding myself that time is always going to keep going. This feeling will pass. This moment will pass, this night will pass, the morning sun will come. You're not going to feel like this forever. That helps me a ton when my brain is in that spiral state. I am not a professional. I know nothing. I'm just talking. So I think therapy and finding the coping mechanisms that work best for you personally are always the best answer, but that's just my experience. I actually can't get this yeast open. Okay, the dose cycle has begun. Turned on some cat enrichment for him to watch, and now he is just out. Aww. The loaves are complete. I don't think I scored them properly because you were supposed to do that before the rise, and I did it after the rise, but hopefully these are good. I'm gonna try making sandwiches with them tomorrow. I cleaned up the kitchen. The tea station is just so cute. I love this area. I do want to eventually get a new utensil bucket thing that's a little bit cuter since it's next to this cute cookie jar, and a cute olive oil dispenser thing. When I went to Italy, I saw so many cute olive oil dispensers, and I just feel like that's the place to get one rather than ordering off Amazon or something. I also took care of some of my plants, and I'm doing a little workout on my pull-up bar up here, and I made some tea. I have just really enjoyed these past couple days of just getting life back together, and there's still so much to do. The to-do list never really ends, does it? But I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next vlog. Bye!